No one's listening yet. Wait a second, Joe. Wait till we get our first listener. Although if they rewind it, they can see this.
But they can see this. They can see this, so we might as well keep going.
Okay, welcome to Churchill Chats, everybody, again. And here we are again. This is Joe Stover.
And that's Roy Mexted.
I'm Roy Mexted. We're in Churchill, Manitoba, where the polar bears come and the aurora's out there. There's our aurora cam, by the way. There's no aurora coming out yet, but if any aurora comes out during this live stream, you guys will be the first to see it. There's a star at the moment, so we're working on it.
Could be a planet. You know the planets
are. God.
You know, there's a bunch of planets.
There's a drone. It's a drone. Look, holy moly! That's the size of a car. Okay.
It might be. I don't think it's a planet. The planets are the planets are aligning. I know that it's like a astrology thing to say, but no, like.
Oh really?
If you look outside, because it's nice and clear outside. If you look towards the northeast sky. You've got Mars, and then you kind of keep on going, and then there's Jupiter, and then Saturn, and right now you probably won't be able to see it because the sun's a bit too far down, but Venus is there too. And if you got them old binocs, Uranus and Neptune as well.
You're really into this, Joe.
I love space is a place, man.
Space is a place. Well, I thought it might be because we're actually live out on Goose Creek at about 10, 20, 15, about 12 Ks from Churchill. So we're out in the boondocks, is it the boondocks? Out in the bush from Churchill. And that's why we're on the Starlink. That could be my Starlink. That could be my upload Starlink right there.
Could be.
Station just for us. Well, welcome to this live stream, guys. We are here to talk about a couple of things. We're going to be talking about Winteruption. You know, we've been announcing a couple of the bands for Winteruption coming. Remember, 14, 15, 16 of February, only a few weeks away. So we've got a few bands getting ready to get on their tiny little plane, come over to Churchill and land here and play for us in the theatre and the Legion and the Seaport and the Ptarmigan. And we might be doing some live streaming, interviewing with people. And it's going to be a huge, big, cool weekend. And remember, we've got people from all over the north with the Imagine Northern crew doing some podcasting training with everything. It's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to line up a few workshops as well, and also some local acts. So let me just while I'm thinking of it, let's try to think. If you are a local person in Churchill and you want to be part of maybe the opening show where we have like a live we are live. A local show. There'll be probably me and Joe and the team are like, well, can I help you out? If you want to, there's another. Someone sent us something.
That might have been me sharing.
Oh, that was a you share. See, that didn't come up. Okay, cool. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah. Someone liked the stream.
Karen.
Oh.
Hi, Karen.
Yeah, it's really nice when we get all these interactions, guys. Please do that. And guess what? We're doing later on in the show. So we're going to first of all speak to the one and only, all the way from, where are they from?
Well, they're out in Winnipeg Beach. Well, that's where they're in separate locations via the magic of satellite.
Well, they're from the prairies, actually. If you check, remember we checked out their Instagram, and their here is right there. What are we looking at? No, that's not it. That's there we are. So look, two crows for comfort. Remember we announced them?
They look pretty comfortable to me.
They do, and I had a good listen to their songs there. Because it's just awesome music. Like they come together really well, the vocals, and they play all the cool little stuff like the banjos and what was it, a mandolin?
Mandolin, yeah.
Okay. But we're going to talk to them in about 37 and a half seconds. But also after that, stick around, guys, because what we're going to be doing is announcing the very last band of Winteruption. So there is one more band. We just come in the skin of their teeth, and we're going to announce them just at the end of this. Joe, have you got any other things you want to mention before we?
Let's dive in, man. I'm looking forward to chatting with these guys.
And if Jeremy turns up, we're going to have the piano.
Our band, the Churchill Chats band is. But he did say he was going to be late. But that's. People, I don't know if have heard the term Churchill time before. But if somebody,
that would have been a good name. But it could have been Churchill
if somebody says, hey, I'm going to be there at 6.
Yeah.
6:30 maybe.
Which day?
Churchill, Churchill time. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that's a thing. It's a legit thing. I'm sure most small towns kind of have that too. Maybe we'll ask.
Corey and Aaron. Corey and Aaron from Two Crows for Comfort. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
All right. Hey. First off, Corey, where are you?
I'm in Winnipeg Beach, and we call it beach time here. Being late, notoriously late.
There you go. And Aaron, where are you?
I'm in Stonewall.
Okay. See, by the magic of not super far away. Yeah. Both count as the Interlake. Does Stonewall count as the Interlake?
Yeah, it does. I'm pretty sure.
I
said
think
that
so.
Very confidently, but I'm not sure.
Stick to your guns. You darn right it is.
I was looking at your guys' profile and bio. I've said a few things before. Am I right? And can you maybe just introduce yourself to us at Churchill, because they don't know all about your amazingness yet.
Yeah. Now Aaron and I have to fight over who's gonna talk, which
sounds like you won.
We'll mute her. No, I can't.
I usually win that argument, which the people of Churchill will unfortunately have to sit through. And I already forgot the question. Who we are? Who are we?
Oh, pretty bland question, but I mean, you come from the prairies, right? I know you're a duo. Well, tell us what kind of music you do and how this all.
We call it Americana, folk roots. It's kind of just an easy umbrella to put ourselves under. But a lot of storytelling in our songs. A lot of storytelling on stage too, if that's what folks want to hear. And
if not, they still probably will hear a little bit of it.
Yeah, even if they don't want to hear it, they're gonna hear it.
That's the way it should be. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
But yeah, and then we try to blend a bunch of instruments. I play the kick drum and guitar. Aaron does mandolin, banjo. We have some harmonica. We both sing. We kind of just try to sound as big as we can for just a two-piece.
That's a great way to be.
And, yeah.
That's all the groovy instruments, hey Joe? Like if you want to be like harmonica,
Groove Town,
hitting the old thing. It's going to be shaking the beer cans.
So how long?
Hit the button on folk band, all those instruments come up. So
that's perfect. How long you folks been playing together?
That's a good question. How long, Aaron?
I think we did our first open mic just for fun, with like no intention of anything happening from it, in 2017.
It's not that long ago.
No, we really picked up playing in 2019, and then obviously we took a dead stop in 2020 for a couple of years, and now we've been kind of going full force since 2022.
Yeah, like full time since 2022.
And it sounds like you've had some doors opening for you guys. Like, you've been playing around, and you've got quite a reputation. How's it been?
Working on it. It's a really, really, really slow game. If you either get lucky and you pop, or you just grind and grind.
Play. We just play a lot, all over the place.
Yeah, we play any opportunity.
Well, you said yes to this one. I suppose they're going to come out. Have you ever been to Churchill? What do you think about coming up here?
We're super excited. Churchill is legitimately, I think we put it in our email, but it's like legitimately one of our big bucket list places. It's like, it's in our backyard practically, and we've never been. We've been to a lot
Manitobans, right?
That's it. That's the coolest thing, yeah.
Well, I always thought that it's a duty of every Manitoban to get to Churchill at least once.
Yeah, I agree.
Met so many people that have been there. Mm-hmm. We haven't been.
Well, you get to join the long list of artists that have shared their talents with us, and the list has just been getting larger and larger, especially the last few years. So that's you're striking the iron while it's hot, I think, up here, because we love our music, love our live music especially, and believe me, there's plenty of stories told around here. So we like to tell and we like to listen. So we're definitely looking forward to that aspect. Yeah.
We might not have the biggest crowds available, but we know how to give it, and we're really also appreciative of when we have bands like you guys come up here, and even for musicians like us, like just to hang around with other musicians, because otherwise it's hard to rub shoulders with them. So we're looking forward to you guys coming up here.
Yeah, we're super excited. Super excited.
So fun.
Yeah, and and Folk Fest. You guys got to play Folk Fest.
Yeah, that was 2019. We got a phone call at like midnight, and Aaron refused to pick up any unknown numbers, and I said, "No, just answer it. And I think it went to voicemail, and we called them back right away. And it was just they needed somebody to fill in at like 11 a.m. the next morning. Somebody that couldn't make it on the plane.
Wow.
And we did it. We got like the last minute call to jump in, and
that's awesome.
Lesson learned: always answer your phone.
Always, always. I see. I'm gonna have to learn that lesson too, because I don't even pick up when it's known numbers.
No. Yeah, you're hard to get. Like,
never. I know.
I don't see you for your weeks, and you turn up 10 minutes before the podcast. I'm like, okay, let's go.
But there is something to be said about picking up an unknown number, because obviously it got you. Which stage did you guys get to play on?
It was one of the little forest stages, one of the newer ones. Was it maybe?
I think it maybe was Little Stage in the Forest.
Yeah,
Nice,
I
Yeah.
think it was little stage. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah,
nice. Well,
it was cool.
that's pretty cool. So was this like uh, midway through the festival? Was it the first day, last day?
It was
I
a
think
Friday we
the
played,
call
right?
came. I think the call came Thursday night for Friday morning.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so that's sweet. So did you guys get like the perks of being artists like for the whole weekend? Did you guys get your passes and all that kind of stuff, or?
Do you remember? I don't.
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we were like backstage. We might have been minstreling. Do you know the Wandering Minstrels?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
musicians play
I
throughout the
think we were
festival.
doing that. Because yeah, you're right. I was like, we definitely were back there
We're
a whole
definitely
weekend.
backstage already. But yeah, then you just like feel extra cool when you're
Yeah.
now an artist at the festival, you know?
Yeah,
So
there's been some big names there too. So
Yeah.
that's another list that you get to list of performers that you guys get to add yourself to. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Wow.
it looks cool on the resume, that's for sure.
I just love it that you're the music guru, Joe. You know bits
Well,
and pieces about things.
I've seen a thing or two.
My accent kind of gives me away. I'm not quite sure what the hell you're talking about. Doesn't matter. Sounds like.
So Winnipeg Folk Fest.
Oh right, yeah, yes,
That's
Folk Fest,
one of the
Heard about it,
not
yep.
just in Manitoba, of course, but Canada, worldwide. Like they get some fantastic
Yep.
fantastic acts. They're real good at promoting local as well. Of course, that's kind of like a stepping stone as well for a lot of Manitoba artists and stuff like that. And then you get like, Jenny Lewis. You get Bare Naked Ladies. Like you name them, they've probably been there. It's not all folk. I mean, that's a conversation for another time.
Okay, so
But it's still,
Yeah.
it's once people go, they continue to go and go. There's people that have been going since the festival's inception, and I think it's pretty cool that you go from playing an open mic in 2017 to to playing Folkfest in 2019. Any other highlights of performing in the short, I was going to say short career. I mean 8 years, but I mean like you got any highlights of live performances?
I mean, our last couple years have definitely been, ever since we kind of pulled the trigger on going full time, I think that's one of our bigger highlights. Like we've been doing more festivals and playing in the States a little bit more. And we played at, I think one of a really cool one for us was we played at the Bitter End in New York City in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an iconic, legendary folk club from the 60s. That's where, Bob Dylan and all these guys got their start in that club. And we opened up for a guy that was, friends with Pete Seeger and Odetta and all these people he knew and played with. And his name's David Amram. And he's an absolute living legend and just the kindest man. And we got to open up for him. And that to me was like probably one of the coolest shows we've ever played in this tiny little club. And it was unreal.
Oh man, it's a little thing sometimes. The little gigs that just a small intimate crowd that you just think, oh, I'm rich and famous now. Like it doesn't matter. You don't have to be rich and famous to feel rich and famous if you got the right moment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, to that note, you know how much we made that night? I can say this. I think we made $100.
Hey.
So rich and famous, not so much.
That might cover cover the bar tab nearly with that.
Yeah. No, we got 50% off drinks, so I think we bought expensive drinks. So I think we were in the hole that night.
Jeez.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
man,
all right.
it's the best. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a couple of comments coming in on the live stream. That's everyone. Nice to see everyone. I've got a question for Two Crows for Comfort before they go ahead. But people are just talking about Churchill should be on your bucket list, everyone. And Lucinda and Steve Earle and Jason
Isbell. They got to because George got to I think George got to go to Folk Fest last year and got to see
Yep.
Lucinda. Lucinda was on his bucket list. Steve Earle, of course. Jason Isbell, who's just coming out with another album, I think, right away.
Wow.
Yeah. So it should be pretty good. What are you guys looking forward to the most about coming to Churchill?
Aaron?
Well, I was I was listening a little bit at the beginning when I first got on, and I'm very excited and hoping to see some Northern Lights.
Oh,
I'm excited for the whole thing in general, but I really want to see some Northern Lights.
There's a real good chance.
Oh,
I never throw the G word around.
Yeah,
I'm in the tourism industry, and if you say the G word, I don't know, it comes back to bite you. But I have full confidence that you are right in the wheelhouse for Northern Lights, and
are we looking at the Northern Lights right there? This is at the window of this window, which is not right now, but this is just one go a bit faster.
Oh, this is your window.
This
outside
is my window.
In the daytime?
Yep, this is a time lapse I done. Look what happens. The night goes down, and then out comes Lady Aurora. Oh my God! She goes away. Then she thinks about comes back. Oh my God! Oh, it's beautiful. And it comes back again, Joe.
This is how he reacts every time he sees the Northern Lights. He's been here for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Been here almost 10 years, and every time he sees, oh my goodness gracious, look at that!
There's a light in the sky, everybody.
That's crazy. Look at
Yeah,
that.
so these are the kinds of things that folks can see when they come up here. Usually, you can see them. You can see the Northern Lights all year round, save for maybe May, June, July, because it's too bright. We're at 58 degrees, and so the sun dips just below the horizon, and it still stays kind of bright. But other than those kind of midsummer months, you can see the Northern Lights pretty much all year round. But they call it Northern Light season around now because it's usually, as you folks know, gets pretty cold around this time of year in Manitoba, especially northern Manitoba. Southern Manitoba is no doozy the last couple of days. Did you guys have to plug your car in? Did your car start?
Yeah.
He did actually.
Oh, thank
cold
goodness.
here the last few days. Plugged in. Our one vehicle barely started the other day, but she made it. So
oh, good.
Still, and
But I think you guys were like 15 degrees colder than us. Still.
Yeah, I mean, we have no right to complain.
Well, I don't know.
How cold was it?
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah, but it was probably a lot colder in the wind.
Yeah, the wind really does it. But anyway, yeah, the when you get the cold that we do in January, February, March, usually cold is the natural enemy of clouds.
Right.
Because clouds are the natural enemy of the Northern Lights. So if you slay the clouds,
right, you got to slay the clouds.
You get the lights.
Yeah, it's so cold. It's just not a total. There's not like a microscopic molecule of moisture in the air, and that's what brings out the northern beautiful lights because it's just so clear and open. And freezing, and those people in the tour industry have to go out in the middle of the night, 1 a.m. to show people the northern lights when it's freezing.
Oof.
Hey,
That's
Joe.
Great. No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I honestly do.
It's fine. It's great.
I do like getting my sleep,
yeah.
But it's kind of a short window of getting folks up here to check the lights out. And honestly, one of the coolest things about showing people around, not just Northern Lights, but with the belugas and the polar bears and stuff like that, is that, like, I've been here since '87, so I've seen a lot of this stuff. But when you're with somebody who hasn't seen it before, you get to kind of see it through their eyes, and I mean, that's a cool feeling. And I get to do that for my job. Yeah. So that's a pretty good one.
I mean, it's hard to get out of your bed if you're napping to go out at 2 a.m, but once you get there and I go out there playing music for people as well. I absolutely do love it. Just see the people, the look in their eyes and what they say when they see it is pretty amazing. Let's go into the most important thing though. How's Elliot going? Because I know that we tried to get Elliot here for Winteruption.
Elliot.
Okay, we tried to
There he's sleeping. Hey,
there he is, folks.
There he is.
Who's a good boy?
Yeah. I think he's moping because Aaron takes off for the week and he kind of acts all depressed. Hey, see, he won't even budge for me.
Oh, you're not my mummy.
Hey.
How old is Elliot?
Yeah, he's ignoring me on purpose. He's 7.
He's 7.
7, nice.
Yeah. He's like a boxer Great Dane mix. You probably can't really see with the light. But...
yeah, he seems like.
Well, I think there's some pictures on your socials of
yeah,
Pooch, eh?
Oh yeah,
he's handsome. He's a handsome guy.
Most of the pictures of him, yeah.
Nice.
That's lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we're just looking in to see if we can charter a separate plane just for Elliot, but it's not looking very promising at this stage. So let's.
We'll keep you posted.
He's not big on the cold. He's not big on the cold weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got spoiled the last couple winters skipping the winters here. So
you don't have to put booties on him when he goes for a walk, do you?
Big winter parka. He's got
Yeah.
a big winter
No boots, just a parka.
He's just
Yeah,
like
but-
just like Bourbon, just like our dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our dog's from was a rescue from Red Sucker Lake in northern Manitoba, and you'd think she'd be tough. She'd be a tough winter dog, born of this place. But no, needs booties, needs a jacket, and
I'm missing a booty.
we'll go outside, like in weather like this. You want to go outside? Want to go outside? She's like, yep. Open the door. She'll go out, and then about 3 seconds later, 180, right back in.
I just
So-
wanted to smell the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear you. So we're not the only one. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, you guys pack your warm clothes and get ready to come out to Churchill. We can't wait to see you all in person and hang out with you for the weekend, hey?
Yay, we're so
Thank
excited.
you
Yeah.
so much. Thanks for letting us join you, and we'll
Yes.
see everybody in a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah. Before we let you go, if people want to listen to your music or check your socials out, you want to list those off for us?
Yeah, so just just put in Google Two Crows for Comfort, or Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere.
Yeah. You got
Same
some
thing
beautiful.
everywhere.
You got some
And
beautiful
in
photos
person,
up there.
in person.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll bring your merch as well. We'll all go grab. We'll be wearing your t-shirt next podcast, man.
Okay,
Right
we'll be
on.
stuffing as much as we can.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Very
Righty.
good.
We
Yeah,
will.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Two Crows for coming. Thanks, Corey, Aaron. Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
Well, that
Oh,
that was nice.
that was super cool.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, I think that was we went all right there with our first interview. Well, I had
Yeah.
Isla Barker, but that was like it all worked to the technical side. and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely. And we did get some comments during the interview. Just want to shout out to Dylan Atack. He's from Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a cool thing about Dylan Atack. He's pretty much Mr. Hamilton. He volunteers all over the place. He works for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, which is a Canadian football club, the CFL. You ever heard of the CFL? The Grey Cup, the Blue Bombers. You know Blue Bombers. Anywho, if it was an AFL team, you'd know.
Oh yeah, that's
there
it.
you
Yeah, West
but-
Coast Eagles.
Yeah, see, so here we got the Canadian football. So Dylan Atack works for Hamilton Hamilton Tiger Cats. Also volunteers with the Brantford Bulldogs and Hamilton Cardinals, and he's all over the place. He's done his own interviews and stuff like that, and this is really cool.
Yes.
Every year they have the city of Hamilton has a contest to name their snowplows.
No way. Oh, you told me about that, Joe.
And
Tell 'em.
Chillin' with Dylan was the winner. So something like I think it was something like 3,000 or 4,000 votes, and second place was like 400 votes or something. So he blew it away, and so congratulations to our pal Dylan on having another accolade, which is
He named the snowplow.
has a snowplow named after him. So, right on. He says, "Go Leafs, go." We're going to ignore that because we are not a Maple Leaf friendly, Toronto Maple Leaf friendly show. Unless you're a Leaf fan. Are you a Leaf fan?
West Coast Eagles, mate. Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Rennie DeMills again, who
Rennie's back. Thanks,
Rennie's
Rennie.
back.
Yeah.
Right on, buddy. And he says everyone should have Churchill on the bucket list.
He did. Oh, and
I
who's
agree.
this? We heard Altered by Mum saying Winteruption totally rips buds. Awesome.
Altered by Mum.
Who could that be?
Tell me about Altered by Mum.
Well, Altered by Mum. I know it sounds like a strange thing for like a social media handle, that's actually, but it's Altered by Mum. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the big announcement of the day, of the whole podcast? Winteruption 2025! The final band announcement coming in 3, 2, 1! Altered by
Altered by
Mum! This is them. They're a three-piece kicking butt trio coming to Churchill. Let's click some buttons here. What are we going to do? Listen to this and watch that. And they got heaps of cool stuff here.
They're coming.
They just popped into the radar, and they've got this new cool song called "Sucking on a Lemon." I've been listening to.
I like it.
I love it.
Great name.
That is cool, and you just like play one of these things, and bang, just hits you. This music kind of just bang, just hits you. So they're going to be in the Seaport, because we need someone in there, some bangers. We need a banger band in the Seaport Hotel, and we'll probably have them doing a couple of things here or there. Churchill, get ready to party, says Altered, but these
We are pumped.
I like these kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
They got attitude. They sound fun.
get ready to party.
Let's
It's
get
gonna, it's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party. So this is awesome. Yeah. So we'll make sure to have a link to their socials as well.
Yep.
Are you allowed to play anything?
No, I'm not allowed to play nothing.
Nah.
I was just going to show the
music video.
Yeah, because otherwise, they don't. We can't play that. Otherwise, they'll shut us down. Look at that. These cool. These are cool cuts. I love it when you've got like.
Hey, Woodstock. They got Woodstock on the shirt.
Oh,
there's another Woodstock. Love Woodstock.
She's groovy. Oh,
Yeah.
Gwendolyn.
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is actually probably gonna be it's gonna be pretty rockin' Winteruption.
I was just thinking that today. Like the lineup now, it just seems like it's perfectly complete. We've got a couple of extra sneaky things that just slide in there, like workshops and other like things to do for the community. But we've got the lineup. We've got Paige Drorobo Trio, Two Crows for Comfort, Ding, Phyllis Sinclair, and Altered by Mum,
who also just liked the stream.
They just liked the stream, didn't they?
Thank you for liking the stream.
Altered by Mum, innit?
Yeah.
So they.
Altered by Mum.
Altered by Mum.
Yeah, I love it. That's gonna be it's gonna be good, and yeah.
Oh, and also, just so you know, probably Joe Stover's going to be playing something now. Hopefully, us together will be doing something.
Oh, yeah,
we don't know yet.
We're gonna play too, aren't we?
We're supposed to practice in about as soon as Jeremy gets here, so we'll practice a couple of songs.
Yeah, we'll do that. Our the official band of Churchill Chat says, if you're just joining us, it's Jeremy, Jeremy Lesage. He is on the way. But that's okay, you know. Like he's.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, do we stay open for him? Just tell us if you want us to stay open. We'll keep the shop open. But I haven't seen any headlights coming in.
No, he'll pop in when he's good and ready.
Wow.
He's a new dad, folks, and he is one busy SOB.
You got to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's unplugging like pipes all day long. He's the town's only plumber, pretty much, right?
He's
there's other ones. Oh,
there's I think there's some other ones, but he's a man who is who's wanted, and he was a busy fella, but then Jack came along.
Well, he's been busy, like
and that's kind of what he goes to work, and he goes home to his family.
Oh,
nothing wrong with it, especially when it's a.
We do need the keyboard now, don't we?
Brand When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then. Jer.
Great.
Yeah,
well,
so
there we are. Yeah.
Just wanted to
Aurora, no
Aurora yet.
Looked a bit funny though. No, it's just a bit red from the thing.
Just a bit red from the thing.
Okay, gotcha.
So we had a service yesterday for Morris, who for folks that for folks in Churchill that are watching, they know who Morris is. Morris Spence, and for those that aren't from Churchill, Morris was a hell of a guy. Born and raised in Churchill, born in Fort Churchill actually. Proud member of the York Factory First Nation, and he is one of the premier, one of the best polar bear trackers on the planet, really. You know, so he, with his involvement with Watchee Lodge, which is a wilderness lodge about I don't know, 75 clicks, something like that. Anyway, I know it as the rail miles. So Churchill is mile 510 on the Hudson Bay Railway, and their turnoff on the railway is mile 470 around Chesney, and he's been operating that lodge with his brother Mayor Mike, for a number of years. I don't have the exact amount of years, but I felt it was important that we acknowledge him. We lost him in December. Huge blow to his family, obviously, but he meant so much to the community of Churchill, not just in a practical way. He was in charge of so many things around Churchill. Most recently, with the freight, we get a freight train in every week right now, and he was basically in charge of unloading the freight and loading the freight onto it, and that's no small task for a town like Churchill, which its only land-based connection is the railroad. So, you know, he's all over the place. I worked with him a little bit when I was at the port. I worked for the Grain Commission for a little while, and then was with the port proper. And a lot of stories you heard yesterday were about his generosity. And, you know, he didn't expect it. He'd take, you know, the cliche is, and he'd give you the shirt off his back. Well, he'd give you the shirt off his back and more, and wouldn't expect anything in return. So my story with Morris, I've got a bunch of conversations that we had and stuff, but the one that sticks out to me was I used to rip around in my dad's old remember the red and white truck, the
one you
the
used
F-150,
yeah,
the one
yeah,
I used to drive. It sounded like a dryer.
Yeah,
the engine thump 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 thump. Anyway, I would always, you know, I was young-ish in my 20s, working at the port, and I don't know if anybody's ever really tested to see on their fuel gauge when empty is empty. You know, I'm like, it's good. It's good. It's good. Well, I was on my way home riding empty. I figured I'm good enough to get home. Well, I wasn't good enough to get home, and my truck died somewhere in between the town and the port. And I'm thinking, shoot. And was not maybe 30 seconds after that Morris in that white Port of Churchill truck came by and said, "What's going on, Stover?" It was either Stover or Joey. So not many people in this town call me Joey, but the people that call me Joey knew me when I was Joey. I was Joey till I was about 12. And then I'm like, I'm Joe now. But folks that knew me back then call me Joey. So he'd either call me Stover or call me Joey, one of the few. Anywho, I said, I'm bashful, right? I ran out of gas. And he's just like, all right, hold on. And he took a drive back to the port and grabbed some gasoline from wherever he grabs gasoline from, came back and gave me a jerry can. And, oh, thank you, Morris. Thank you. How, you know, who do I give this to? Who do I, you know, how can I repay? He's like, no. He's like, don't worry about it. And it was like, no, you know, like, no, don't worry about it. You know, so I'm sure people have their, I'm sure there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stories of Morris and his generosity. And so I just, you know, I never got the chance really to say that to any of his family and stuff, because, you know, like, especially after a untimely, you know, because it wasn't expected, of course, and, you know, people gotta grieve in their own ways, and my thing is, I as much as I want to say something to them, you know, I just like let them do their thing. So I'm sure I'll get a chance to say that to his kids. But your father was a hell of a man, and one of the pillars of this town, and I really don't think we're gonna fully understand how much we're gonna miss him until some time passes. And
well said, Joe. And he's the type of guy that makes an impression on everyone he comes across, it sounds like. So shall we raise our 0% beverage to Morris Spence?
To Morris. And may I say that he had the best mustache in town.
Well, I mean, look at that. It went with him everywhere too.
It went with him everywhere. It was his trademark stash, and that's, I think when I was a little kid, that's how I knew who Morris was. The guy with the jet black mustache, and as years went on, it got a little more salty. Right. But that's just experience, and let me tell you, he earned every one of those white hairs, because well, I mean, with everything that he had a hand in. Like, I don't think he ever clocked off.
Right.
But he enjoyed, but that's just the thing. He loved what he did. Loved being at the port. He was at the port for almost 50 years, 47 years. 47 years he was at the port in various capacities, but I mean he was in charge of the stevedores, the utility men, and as the port's kind of purview changed with not just grain but minerals, and then of course the cargo that comes in. He was involved with that too, and was a real leader, and yeah, and so he was there for 47 years, and he loved that port, and he loved Wachee. They said yesterday how it was his favorite place in the world, and how could it not be, So yeah, so I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more for
do it again.
Do one more for the guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we bookmarked this podcast with something something community orientated, and the same goes for the future of this show, guys. If there's something that you want us to discuss, I think I see a couple of controversial kind of things going on Facebook from time to time. If you want to send us directly, say, hey, why don't you talk about that? Why don't you come on and chat about that? We can go in any direction that we want to together with this thing, and just see what happens.
It's Churchill chats, not just Roy and Joe chat. So.
Well, thanks for liking the stream, Bernice, and everyone got involved today. If you're watching it live or watching it back again, and we'll try to do another one. See what it all comes together magically like this one did.
Okay.